Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me for another Friday morning class. Normally, we reserve this time slot for Master Locke's style, but recently, having returned from practicing with Grandmaster Chen I brought home a bag of goodies, shall we say. Revision from what we did over there. And the thing that struck me the most about Grandmaster's classes were actually his preparation, his warm-ups. He takes his time with warm-ups. Now he has mentioned several times to us that we should be aiming for 500 repetitions of each set. But it's academic until we start to do it. And even in his 3-hour-long classes, he cut his warm-up short, as in he cut what he would do short in order that we did something other than just his warm-up. So instead of doing 500 sets in each direction, we're going to do 100 in each direction. Of course, this is very much reliant on your physical health, on how you're feeling on the day, but because these exercises are soft and gentle, they lend themselves to multiple repetitions and still hopefully will be comfortable and safe for you to do so. So that's what we're aiming for today. We will do 100 of each exercise in each direction. Please listen to your body and please count along with me in your head. What you can do is count to 10 and then sort of use a finger, abacus it out as you go. Anyway, let's take right hand in fist, please, left hand straight. Let's tuck back that thumb, bring the feet together, the hands together, and we salute. I hope that the image is clear. Let's give the camera, a little wipe. Yeah, here's hoping. I have organized another camera, but I haven't worked out fully how to use it yet, so sorry, bear with me. Hopefully this will be clear enough for the meantime. So let's float up, please, through the very top of the head, the chin slightly down and back, release, relax, and calm down. Listen behind. Now, just to give you another little tool for this first exercise, I'm going to show you a little training exercise of my own devising that hopefully will help clarify the movement of this first practice. So what I'd like you to do is keep your spine straight and do a little seesaw motion where the bottom goes out and the top half goes forwards, and then bring the pelvis forwards and the top half goes back. So the idea with this practice is the spine remains like a plank. We're not bending the back, we're just seesawing while pivoting through the dantian, pivoting through the lower energy center. That's the feeling that we get when we do this practice. So make sure that you're not bending your back, you're not collapsing or bowing your back, you're just keeping your structure and seesawing through your center. So the center remains stable. So that's my first little training exercise for this practice. Good, so you can have a little play with that just to keep that idea of the plank. It is literally like a seesaw that is pivoting, but of course it's pivoting from the center of the belly, so that's quite low down. The upper body is the bigger plank and the tailbone is a little plank. Or you could even think of your body like a fan. That would be a better description maybe, because it's the base of the fan that is bolted and the pivot is through the base. So the upper body is like the fan opening and closing. Okay, so that's a nice little preparation exercise. It's not the exercise, but it gives you the feeling of structure and pivoting. Okay, now I'm going to give you a second preparation exercise. We don't need to do 100 of them. You could do, but we're just wanting to get the structure of the movement. So this time I'd like you to start the same way, with the bottom going out and the upper half going forwards. But now we're going to gently sway the head and tail. So again, we're pivoting from that center point, but this time, do you see what I'm doing if I do it from the corner? This time, as the top half goes to your left, the bottom half goes to the back right, and vice versa. So you're just doing a little pivot, or a swivel, if you like. It's a funny little shape, but again, it's just preparation. And now bring your pelvis forwards and the upper body back a little bit, and we do the same. So as the hips go to your right, your upper body goes back to the left. Again, it's like a plank, but this time the seesaw has a bit of sideways wobble, sideways motion. So that's your preparation for this exercise. Again, we want to maintain the structure, maintain the plank of the body. Good, so let's come back to center now, and we'll begin the full exercise. So now we're moving in a square. We're going to the front left, or to the front corner, and hips go to the back opposite corner. Front corner, hips go to the back opposite corner, just like we did. And now we swap. So the pelvis comes forwards to one side, the upper back to the other side at the back, and come across, same pelvis in one direction, upper body in the opposite direction, and so on. So let's do 100 of these. Keep your plank, keep your structure, and gently pivot from center. Now, Grandmaster did allow his neck and head to soften and swirl with the movement. You can do that if you're happy to. His son tends to leave his head straight. There's about 10. Good, keep going. It doesn't matter. You can keep your head fixed in line with the plank, or you can let the neck go a little bit soft and move with the movement. But I'm more concerned with the rest of the body doing this swiveling plank. So let's be quiet now and count, and we'll say that that is now 20. Keep going, please. Keep the knees off the lock. 30. Don't forget to breathe. 99 and 100 by my count. Very good. So let's change direction, please. Bring mind, movement and breath together. Relax into it. "99 and 100. Well done. Let's come back into center and close. Good. Let's open again for movement 2. Check your alignment, your feet shoulder width and level. as I look around my classes, this is one of the issues that I see. When I ask people to go shoulder width and level, sometimes they'll go to here, occasionally they'll go out here, neither of which are correct. We want a very proper and exact positioning when it comes to our feet, because they are our foundation. If you want a good building, you have to have a good foundation, and that includes having the right size of foundation. If your shoulders are the widest point normally on the body, so your feet have to be at that width to support the entire body. So even a slightly too narrow stance will cause havoc with the movement and the alignment as you go through your practice. So please pay special attention to your foot alignment, to the size and the shaping of your feet. Our second exercise then, in many ways, I think is easier, is more simple. In a way, it's similar. We lengthen up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back, release your tailbone down, relax the spine down, and we feed into the four corners of the hips by keeping your dantian centered, moving the center. So this time the body remains upright. I often think of this like moving a chess piece around a chessboard. We stay upright. We don't want to tilt in any way. And breathe. Again, we're going to do 100. Let your mind, your body, your breath work together. And say that's number 5. Keep going, please. Halfway. 99 and 100. Let's change direction. $99 and 100. Well done. Let's close. And let's open again. Ease from your stance, please. Have a little stretch. See how you feel. Oh, good. Okay, lovely. So all we need to do is multiply that by 5 and we'll be cooking. We'll be doing what Grandmaster suggests that we aim for every day. Okay, so our next little exercise we're going to do is the leg stretch. And this is slightly different from the way we have been doing it, but it's apparently what Grandmaster has done of late. I like it actually. I think it's a really nice version or variation. So we're going to kick it out and step down. Now I noticed Grandmaster took a big step forwards. I'm not comfortable going that far forwards yet, so I'm just taking my average step forwards for this. We're going to bend the front knee and have the hand above, not on the kneecap, but above the knee on the thigh. And we're going to start by just gently sending a little pulse down through the leg into the Chen, into the bubbling well. And then as we go, we very gently start to feed the weight back. So we're still sending that gentle pulse down through the leg, but now the back leg is bending and the front leg is little by little, it's straightening. And we're encouraging it to lengthen with the hand and hinging from the hips, if you can, down towards the leg. Good. Easing up, listening to your body, and have a little shake out. Recover. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. We're going to be kind to our knees, folks. Gently does it. So we kick it out, we step it down, and again bending the front leg, hand above, not on the knee, above the knee, and just sending a little gentle pulse down through the leg and into the foot. And then gradually, bit by bit, try to keep the back foot parallel if you can. We're going to feed back and allow the front leg to lengthen. Hinging from the hips. And I noticed Grandmaster didn't have his knee fully straight, but then he's 80 and he's going within his comfort zone, so we need to do the same. Good, up you come. I'm not sure if he's exactly 80, he might be slightly more, 81 maybe. I said to his son, oh, my dad's the same age as your dad. And he went, really? Because the Chinese, their zodiacs, they're very specific. You know, a year or two around the same time doesn't cut it with them. If you say they're born at the same time, it's the same time. So no, they're not. Dad's a little older, a little older. Okay, well done. Now our last of these new and revised Grandmaster Chen warm-up exercises is our little Chinese drum exercise. That's what I call it. It is done very, very softly, very, very light. So again, please make sure that your feet are shoulder width, as in the outside of your shoulders is in line with the outside of your feet. And check posture, lengthening up, chin down and back, release belly, hips, knees. And we do the smallest, gentlest little swivel inside the hips. So we're keeping the hips level and doing a little turn. And the arms want to be absolutely soft. Think of the arms like water or like air. You're not really directing them even, you're just letting them do their thing. While you focus on releasing and swiveling inside the hips. Let's make it really smooth and slick. And breathe. Keep in good posture, keep the top of the head up, the chin down and back, the chest relaxed, the shoulders relaxed. Feel into the center and swivel around that center point. I'm not even counting with this one. I just want you to practice. When you do practice, just keep going, keep letting go. Let yourself into a rhythm and think of it as an ongoing practice. So don't wait for the end to come, just do what you can. And then if you can, do a little bit more. And then when you've had enough, stop. The knees don't really need to be all that bent, just off the lock. Keep the knees tracking with the feet. The knees stay steady. The hips stay steady. This is a swivel inside the hips, a turning of the waist. Very good. We'll leave that one there for now. Let's return to center and just let everything sit for a moment, feeling into your body. Notice the sensations. Let's check the feet. And the reason for that is they do move sometimes. I have a right foot that likes to escape. So as I do these exercises, the right foot must be doing little micro releases, micro movements, because when I look down afterwards, it'll have turned out. Even though I didn't notice any one point where there was any movement in the foot. So it's very important to keep checking your base with the warm-up exercises. So now you have checked, and if you are happy that everything is correct, we'll go straight in to our stand. So let's check posture, lengthening up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back, shoulders release, chest releases, tailbone releases, feel your spine hanging down. Feel into the floor, feel the weight spreading evenly. And when you're ready, let's float the hands gently into position. Now, if you can see yourself in the screen, you can use it like a mirror to check your alignment. Calming down. Listening behind. Finding your dandian. 4 finger widths beneath your belly button. We want to think of our nostrils as our nose as being at the dandian. And every breath you take, think of breathing directly in and out of the dandian. Feel it, make it a true sensation of breath. Now at first that's really good practice, just breathing in and out of the dantian. If you can, when you're ready then, you can think of breathing out of the palm centers and the feet centers as well. So 5 points of breath. Drawing in from the Lao Gongs, drawing in from the Yongquans, hands, feet, and dantian. All breathing in, gathering energy to center, and all breathing out, letting go of the grey stale energy. If that's too complex, not to worry, just think of breathing from the dantian. Keep good posture and let go of any tension. Very good. Let's very gently and slowly lower the arms down. Cover center. So ladies, bring right palm to belly first, left hand on top. Gentlemen, bring left palm to belly first and right hand on top. Just for a few moments, 9 breaths or so, we feel the warmth of the hands flowing into the dantian. Feel the dantian sharing the energy of the hands. Now let's circulate the energy. The hands move the dantian. We work together. Feel the lower body, the dantian moving with the hands. Try to keep the upper body steady. Let's change direction. Cover dantian again. Checking posture. Relaxing down into your belly. Good. Let's release the arms gently down and close. Good. And a little heel tap. Well done. So there you can see that with warm up and stand, it can pretty much take an hour to do that. But what Grandmaster Chen says, it's deep preparation. So all the warm up creates the perfect environment for you to keep your dantian level and balanced in the 8 directions. And he's talking about forwards, backwards, left and right, and then all of the corners. So we want the cradle of the dantian to be level so that the dantian can sit in perfect equilibrium. And so it can move freely, and all that warming up has created a lovely free openness that you can truly move from the dantian in whatever direction you choose to move. So that is the infrastructure, if you like, of our Tai Chi practice. the principles of Tai Chi. Nature is the first principle, and then basically you're looking at structure and moving from center. So our warm-up starts with making sure that we can move from our center by mobilizing and strengthening all of the structures, and then we go on to our structure, which is our standing practice, relaxing through the structure. So there is the perfect simple warm-up to enable you then to practice Tai Chi well. We're in touch with our nature because we've been mindful, we're listening. We have got our structure and we're able to move freely from our center. So I hope you enjoyed that practice today. Let's finish off. We'll be really cheeky. Let's do a little dot of Master Lock's work. Let's do our open door 5 just to further circulate the chi and be a nice wee warm down for today's class. So let's open our stance, please, to shoulder width and level. Let's float up and relax down. Calming down. Ready, and rest level with center, release shoulders, drop elbows, feel into the hands, and let's finish with rubbing our kidneys. And hold your kidneys, please. Feeling that lovely energy, that warmth, that buzzing and tingling flowing back into your kidneys, back into your body. Beautiful. Let's relax down. And we'll close. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today, or if you couldn't be here live, thank you for checking out the video, keeping up to date with your training. Xie Sang Hao, and have a wonderful Easter, and I look forward to seeing you next time.